The East Sussex Youth Cabinet are a group of young people elected to represent all 11 to 19-year-olds in East Sussex. We campaign on a variety of issues as determined by the young people of East Sussex. In the past, we've campaigned on issues such as smoking, places to go and things to do, exam stress, safety in the community, and much more. In 2009, as part of the big vote, 17,820 young people not only voted for their representatives on the East Sussex Youth Cabinet, but also the two top issues they felt were concerning young people in East Sussex. As a result, transport and the environment are the campaign focuses from 2009 to 11.
Big Vote 09, 4,700 young people from across East Sussex voted for transport as the biggest issue affecting you. Across the UK, there's been continuous support for reducing bus fares for young people, and it has been a recurring theme at UK Youth Parliament since 2002.
As part of the East Sussex Youth Cabinet's transport campaign, we will be travelling across the county from Newick to Camber Sands to see how difficult it is for young people to use public transport.
We believe that public transport for young people should be fair, accessible and affordable. Buses should be punctual and convenient, and no young person under the age of 19 should have to pay more than half the adult fare. Good public transport will allow fair access to education, employment and activities. And we're not alone in feeling like this, other young people do too.
In January 2011, we conducted our big Transport and Environment Questionnaire. We sent it to 25 schools, colleges and youth groups. 2,500 of you filled this out. From this, we created our transport campaign aims, and we'll be working towards these and explain more about it later on the film. 70% of young people we asked use public transport up to 5 times a week. Then 85% said they use public transport up to 10 times a week.
About 87% of young respondents spend up to £10 per week on public transport. Yeah, how much do you spend to stay a week on transport?
Well, a return to my house is like £4, so it's quite ridiculous when I'm just going to and fro school.
Almost half of the young people we asked, aged 15 plus, have never heard of ID cards or discount cards available to them.
They're often overpriced and they're sometimes late, and adult prices, like the adult age, risen.
It's too expensive. An adult fare should not start at the age of over 15.
It should start at 18, and if not, then 16 to 18-year-olds should at least get discounted fares.
Just under 25% of respondents have been asked to pay an adult fare when they're not an adult.
What do you think about bus fares?
I think they're too expensive sometimes.
A third of the young people we asked thought buses were too expensive.
And sometimes they're really late.
Yeah.
Really late.
Just under 1/3 of respondents indicated that buses were not always reliable.
But the buses that go to where I go, they stop at like 7 o'clock and then they come once every hour. So they're not that good.
The sports facilities are right across town. It's a long walk and no buses go to it.
Are there enough buses?
In central town there is, but other than that it's pretty rubbish.
How's the journey going for you?
It's going well. There are a lot of changes, but other than that, I think relatively impressed considering it's such a long journey, but we'll see how the rest of it goes.
Yeah, it hasn't been too expensive actually. It's been £5 for a ticket, which we can use all day, then we just got out on the train. Everything's just been about on time, looking forward to get to the beach.
We went from Lewis to Newick, and do you know how much it cost? It cost me and Olivia £6.
It's taken a long time, but we're getting there.
Following on from our survey, in July 2011 we shared our results with MPs and local decision makers in order to look at some solutions to the problems that young people are facing on transport.
We were then invited to share our findings at the National Bus Partnership Forum, a collection of lead members from industry and also passenger focus groups. They recognised the need to promote existing concessions to ensure value for money, as well as the need for a single standard form of ID to make travelling simpler. It also became clear the surprising lack of consultation with young people on issues such as transport, something that needs to be changed. We are now working directly with the Transport Minister and other agencies to improve issues and public transport for young people.
Promoting existing concessions so young people don't miss out on the offers already available, and creating one universal ID card instead of having a deck of different discount cards. We also want an all-in-one price provider list so people can find out exactly how much their fares are going to cost before they take the journey. We also want young people to be consulted on issues around community transport and public transport in their area.
We are continually trying to reach our goals. Therefore, we must
engage and talk to young people in order to find service gaps and areas in need of improvement.
encourage young people and decision makers to come up with solutions.
Empower young people and decision makers to enact those solutions.
In this way, we can create a better future for young people in East Sussex. Get involved, get on board.
So we've just arrived in Camber. 3.5 hours later after leaving Newick, we've arrived.
Yay! Bye! Bye!
In the Big Vote 09, 4,280 of you chose the environment as one of the two most important issues concerning young people. The environment is something that affects people worldwide, and we're doing our bit to make a difference on a local level.
In January 2011, we conducted our big transport and environment questionnaire. We sent it to schools, colleges, youth groups, and even put it online so young people could fill it out at home. 2,500 young people filled in this survey, and then we took that information and created our aims for the environment campaign.
We want to reduce the amount of unnecessary energy use within schools and colleges, ensure the voices of young people are heard within the community on environmental issues, and raising awareness of the Carbon Hub within educational establishments.
Here are some facts from the young people we asked.
Less than 4% of the respondents said that they attended a school-run eco-club.
21% also said that lights were left on constantly.
40% of the young people we surveyed felt that their voices are never heard in the community on environmental issues.
20% said windows were left open constantly while heaters were running.
Here are a few of the comments from the sampled surveys. The council don't encourage us to recycle enough, so we don't get enthusiastic about it. There aren't enough recycling bins. There needs to be more stuff to recycle, and there needs to be more information about recycling. We should use more eco-friendly power sources, such as solar panels and fuel cells for powering cars.
In November of 2010, we attended the Climate Change Youth Summit in Eastbourne, where we worked with local and European schools to come up with 3 environmental goals to take back to our schools to work on. These were setting carbon reduction targets, working on a strategy to increase renewable energy use, organising a county-wide switch-off day. We also met with our local MPs, one of whom is a Minister for Climate Change, in order to work out how to reduce unnecessary waste and how to promote environmental awareness among young people.
We want to promote the use of the Carbon Hub. But what is the Carbon Hub? The Carbon Hub monitors energy usage within schools and colleges. Therefore, we can help that particular school or college to reduce its carbon footprint.
We want to create a network bringing together young people from across the county to work with local decision makers on making environmental changes.
In order to make a change, we need young people to come together to make a change in order to protect our future. If you'd like to get involved with any of these initiatives, please get in contact with us via our email, Facebook groups, Twitter or website.